Pope Francis played a pretty extraordinary role in all this, and you spoke out about that earlier this week. Let's take a look.
I would also ask His Holiness to take up the cause of freedom and democracy, which is critical for a free people, for people to truly be free. I think the people of Cuba deserve the same chances to have democracy as the people of Argentina have had, where he comes from, as the people of Italy have, where he now lives.
Did you really mean to suggest that the Pope hasn't taken up the cause of freedom and democracy?
Well, I was asked the question what I would say to Pope Francis, and I would ask him to take up the cause of the freedom and liberty of the Cuban people, which was not part of
Hasn't he done that?
I haven't heard those statements made. I know, look, the Pope is a spiritual leader, and he always naturally is going to want to bring people closer together, and I respect that as a spiritual leader, but I think it's also important to say that people deserve the right to be free. Our nation was founded on that principle. And by the way, I'm encouraged that President Obama is so influenced by Pope Francis. Perhaps he'll follow his lead on the sanctity of life and on respect for religious liberties as well.
That may be a debate for another day. I want to get the debate between you and Rand Paul inside the Republican Party. Right now, you guys got in something of a Twitter war over the course of this week on this issue of Cuba. The latest one from Rand Paul saying Senator Marco Rubio is acting like an isolationist who wants to retreat to our borders and perhaps build a moat. I reject this isolationism. This seems to be a preview of the debate of 2016.
Well, first of all, Rand, if he wants to become the chief cheerleader of Obama's foreign policy, he certainly has a right to do that. I'm going to continue to oppose the Obama-Paul foreign policy on Cuba because I know it won't lead to freedom and liberty for the Cuban people, which is my sole interest here.
He's running hard for the nomination. If he gets it, could you support Rand Paul in his foreign policy if he were the Republican nominee?
Well, I anticipate supporting whoever the Republican nominee is, and I'm pretty confident that the Republican nominee for president will be someone who has a pretty forceful view of America's role in the world as a defender of democracy and of freedom, and also understands that it's important for America to be engaged on the global stage.
Jeb Bush out there already announcing